About 70% of our students come from your areas, from the counties that you represent. About 70% of our students are area people. They come from these 7 counties. We're going to see them in great numbers at Kentucky Wesleyan College, and they are students who come to us with great need. 26% of the incoming class last fall, 1 out of every 4 students, had an estimated family contribution to their college payments. This is a federal formula that's used by every college in the United States. The estimated family contribution for 1 out of every 4 of our freshman students last fall was less than $100. That means that their family could not contribute even $100 a year toward their college education. We serve counties where there are a lot of people who have great need. About 50%, about half of the students at Kentucky Wesleyan are first-generation college students, the first in their family to go to college. And again, as all the statistics will point to, those are typically people with heavier need. So we serve great needs in your area. Why Kentucky Wesleyan as opposed to lots of other colleges? Well, I'll tell you that I think that what I could say with a great deal of confidence is the people who attend Kentucky Wesleyan from your 7 counties are much more likely to remain here when they graduate. It's a great old World War I song. I have to tell students, no, I wasn't alive in World War I. I didn't know this song personally, but there's a great old song from World War I. How are you going to keep them down on the farm after they've seen Paris? Well, how are you going to keep them down on the farm after they've seen Lexington or Cincinnati or Louisville or wherever? It's tough to get them to come back sometimes. So I will tell you that in your 7 counties in the last decade, Kentucky Wesleyan College has graduated about 3,500 people who are living in this area and working in this area. They represent all professions. One of our strongest programs, for example, is in the sciences. There's a very good chance that you have been to a healthcare provider or 2 or 3 that graduated from Kentucky Wesleyan College, because we send a lot of people to medical school and veterinary school and dental school and schools of optometry, etc. Our sciences are very important. There's very strong possibility that you've had an interaction with a law enforcement officer who graduated from Kentucky Wesleyan because of our criminal justice program. It's one of our largest programs in terms of student enrollment. And we're very proud of the fact that the youngest sheriff in the state of Kentucky is a Kentucky Wesleyan graduate. We have officers in almost every area of law enforcement in the state of Kentucky. We're very proud of the fact that we graduate a lot of teachers who teach in your counties, who teach your children, your grandchildren, your neighbors' children. Our teachers almost always have no problem getting a job after they graduate because of the reputation of our teacher education department. So we have a lot of quality things going on. Let me tell you about some exciting things that have happened in the last couple of years and some things that are going to be on the agenda for the future. First of all, one of the things that I hope you've had an opportunity to participate in is a strongly rejuvenated choral program at Kentucky Wesleyan College. We, 2 years ago, hired a new choral director who came in and created a remarkable choral department. I want to mention just how good these people are. We sent young people to the regional, this is not just Kentucky, but the mid-southern region of the National Teachers of Singing. It's called NATS, National Association of Teachers of Singing. We sent students to participate in that. 9 of our students made the semifinals. 3 of our students won awards. They were either first or second place. I can tell you the perhaps dominant music school in our region is Belmont University in Nashville. You probably know that school by name if you know anything about music. Belmont had 3 winners. We had 3 winners. So our students are competing with them. We, by the way, had more winners than the University of Kentucky. Very proud of that. So what we're trying to do is create programs where our students can go out and be successful in whatever their careers are. We made a very strong commitment last year to online programs. This past December, we graduated our first full-time student in online education. A young man married with 3 children who could not quit his job and go to college, but worked at nights online to get his degree, and he graduated this past December. We're very proud of him, and he's earned a permanent place in our history as our first graduate. We began a band program this past fall. In January, we had 82 people show up for our band practice, so we're excited about that as we move toward band program. Our drumline program that we've been working on for the last 2 years went to their competition and won a silver. That is a second place in their division, so we're very proud of that. We're proud of a lot of our programs. Let me give you some general things that have happened in the last couple of years. We have moved to a 4-year guarantee. We guarantee students who come to Kentucky Wesleyan that if they will follow the plans that we give them, and if they make sufficient grades in all their courses, C's and above, that they will graduate in 4 years. We guarantee that. If they do not graduate in 4 years, we will pay for another year. It will cost them nothing if it's our fault. We won't do that if they fail a couple of courses. Okay, that's on them. But if they pass everything, we're gonna guarantee them. We also have created a 3-year program for those who want to get out in a hurry. A lot of young people now are in a hurry to get out. That involves summer school, of course, but it's a 3-year program, and we can get people through in most majors in 3 years. So we're excited about that program. We have a couple of very significant programs that impact this region. One of them is our service learning program, where we have students who are required by the courses they're taking to go out and serve in internships or in volunteer positions in the community. And we have them serving everything from senior adults down to kindergartners and preschoolers. You read the Messenger Inquirer, you've probably seen one group of service learners invented a game that they've had trademarked and has won national acclaim. It's called Bingo Sides. It's an exercise program for seniors that they developed at a couple of our senior citizens' homes. So we're very proud of that. We, 2 years ago, began working on a new marketing campaign, a new what we call a tagline, that little thing that you see that colleges have that we try to identify with. And ours is Find Yourself, because Kentucky Wesleyan, a small, traditional liberal arts kind of school, it's the kind of place where people come and they do find themselves. They find what they are interested in. We are very much concerned with students as individuals. I taught the first 9 years of my career at a large state institution, Texas A&M in College Station, Texas. There were 38,000 students there when I left. There are now about 46,000 students. I can tell you, I taught a student and never saw the student again after that semester. It's just too big. It's like a city at Texas A&M. I decided I wanted to be involved more with student life, and so after 9 years of teaching there, I moved into a smaller environment so I could get to know the students better. The people who teach at Kentucky Wesleyan are very much involved with their students. I'm very careful of who I say, what group I say this with. We're affiliated with United Methodist Churches. I do not say this in Methodist churches, but do you remember a television show a few years ago, a sitcom called Cheers? Remember that? You remember the song? It's a place where everybody knows your name. I love that line from the song because I think it speaks volumes about who we are at Kentucky Wesleyan College. We're a place where everybody knows your name. We're a place where you can find yourself, where you can try a lot of things, where you can be involved in a lot of things, and so forth. Let me jump to a couple of things that are not academic but are very important for us. One of the things is athletics, of course. Kentucky Wesleyan College has a long tradition of successful athletics, especially in basketball, 8 national championships in Division II national basketball. We're very proud of that. Many of you saw we were losing our head basketball coach, Todd Lee. He has a great opportunity to go to an emerging Division I school at Grand Canyon University, and we're sorry to lose Todd, wish him the best. But I can tell you, we made that announcement yesterday at a press conference, and we've already got 20 plus applications for that job. I mean, this is a place where people want to come and coach basketball. So we're excited about the opportunity there, even though we hate to lose Todd. That's going to be a very good opportunity because we're moving to a new athletic conference. Kentucky Wesleyan, rather, was a charter member of the Gulf South Conference, or the Great Lakes Conference. I'm going back to Texas here. I never should have mentioned Texas A&M. Going back to Texas, but the Great Lakes Conference, we were a charter member of that conference. That conference has grown and it's moved west. Most of the schools are way west of us. We made the decision for a lot of reasons to get out of that conference, and we're part of a brand new conference called the Greater Midwest Athletic Conference, the GMAC, and we're real excited about the opportunity to be part of that conference. This past year we began, when I arrived at Kentucky Wesleyan last year, I was shocked to find that there was no Athletics Hall of Fame with athletic tradition at this school. So we started an Athletics Hall of Fame this past year and inducted a dozen people into it. It's remarkable quality of student athlete that's been produced. It's remarkable to see the success those people have had as they've gone out into the world. I'll just use one, George Tinsley, who came to us from Louisville, played here for 4 years, and George won 3 national championships during his time here. Was National Player of the Year his senior year. George is an immensely successful businessman in Winter Haven, Florida now. So we're very proud when people like George and his wife come back. They're both graduates of the institution. We added a new sport this past year, track and field. We have had a number of sports, but we added 2 more. We had 13 sports. We added track and field for men, track and field for women. So we now have 15 Division II intercollegiate sports that we do at Hardin Simmons. The last thing I'll mention, and then I'll take questions quickly if you have any, is I can't leave without mentioning this. It's part of my job. We just began in December 1st a fundraising campaign. So if any of you are sitting around with some extra dollars you'd like to invest in the future, we'd love to have you think about that. We're involved in a campaign called Forging the Future. The 3 primary areas of the campaign that we're concerned with are technology. We're concerned also with student housing, which needs to be upgraded on our campus. And of course, as I mentioned the need earlier, we're very concerned with scholarships, that we can provide opportunities for all the students who need to, want to attend Kentucky Wesleyan College.